Welcome back to Raunchy Reality Recaps. Now, in this episode, we're going over Chance and Tayler from Life After Lockup. Now, last week, we remember Tayler and Chance apparently got into it at a financial officer's, financial planner's office. And because Chance was apparently leaving work early and gambling money away. And Tayler was like, well, what else is he lying about? So after they got home, she grabbed his phone while he was in the shower. Apparently found out that some dating websites were texting him, something like that. And then also some girl from work named Jen, he's been texting and deleting his messages from. So, I mean, come on, that's suspicious on itself. Like, you're literally deleting these messages. And I don't think it was anybody else he was deleting. So if it was just this person's message, dude, of course it's suspicious. So she ends up burning all of his clothes and everything. He goes out there, gets mad, and then tells this girl who's pregnant, about to pop with his child, who owns the house that she let him come to after he got out of prison, that she should sleep in the garage, I think it was, or sleep on the couch or something. Like, come on, dude. Like, I mean, the entitlement is just crazy with this dude. I can't stand Chance. So anyways, the next day happens, and he apparently thinks that sleeping is supposed to magically make everything go away. And I think that's where Chance just keeps on getting himself in trouble, because he does these things. He doesn't take responsibility. He doesn't think there's supposed to be any communication, that people are just supposed to forget what he's done. So, yeah. No responsibility taken, no communication whatsoever, no trying to make her feel better about the situation or anything. Just, hey, you're over it? You're over it? Yeah. So, of course, Taylor's like, no, she's like, no, I'm not over it. And Chance is basically saying, well, my stuff is the stuff that got burned. And Tayler, I love it. She's like, well, you deserved it. Yes, girl. You deserve that. Get that pregnancy rage. You need to sit there and make him feel what you feel, because apparently you've been letting things slide and slide and slide, and then he thinks it's okay to treat you like a second-class citizen in your own home that I'm pretty sure she's the one that owns. So, yeah, I'm glad she finally told him, yeah, you deserved it. So that's when he starts talking in a little, confessional after she says, well, you deserved it. Who's Jen? And he starts talking in a little confessional about how Jen's like this girl from work that he talks to when she's frustrated about her father, or he's having issues or something. And basically Tayler would be okay with it if it was a dude. And then Tayler and Hen's posted a confessional, and she says, you have these people call you, and we're in a relationship. You should be able to tell me who's calling you. And he's like, well, you ask every day. That's why I don't tell you. That's why I delete the messages or whatever, because you ask all the time. She's like, no, I don't. No, and I bet she doesn't do it all the time, but when you constantly see somebody get a text after text after text, and they're not willing to at least tell you, hey, who it's from, it's freaking suspicious, dude. This woman's having your baby, and you're literally like giving her every reason to not trust you, and then you're complaining about it. So yeah, it was a complete mess. And that's when Chance is like, why you feel the need to go through my phone? And you should trust me. And I'm like, wait a second. She should trust you? Again, you have given her no reason to believe you enough to trust you, especially after coming back from the office of the financial planner, and her finding out that not only are you spending money gambling, but you're literally leaving work early to go do it. And then on top of that, you can't even sit there and pay, like, the bills were getting behind while you were gambling. So, I mean, you weren't responsible with it at all. You were lying about it, which makes it even worse. So, yeah, Taylor's not going to trust you, dude. And then he like, at one part he was sitting there talking about how, Tayler has guy friends and girlfriends and everything, and she shouldn't be like that. This is coming from the dude that got jealous about her having her late baby daddy, her kid's father, who passed away, pictures on the wall for her kids to remember their dad by. He got jealous about that. Do we remember that? Because I remember that, because I was like, what the heck, dude? What's your problem? So yeah, dude, Chance, you have no room to talk at all. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I can't stand Chance. So then Tayler basically tells him that she's going to overreact when those things happen and to quit deleting messages. And that's when they're back into a little confessional interview. And she straight out tells the producers right in front of Chance that no, she doesn't want to trust him. She wants to, but she doesn't. And then we go back to where they're in the room and Chance asks her for a hug and she's like, nope. So yeah, and then Chance goes back to a confessional by himself. He says that, you know, he doesn't want Tayler to harbor all these feelings and everything, and he doesn't feel like she's over it. Which, no, dude, she's not, because you won't even acknowledge that that it's not right for her to have you delete, or her to see you delete messages from a woman from work. Like, you're still thinking it's not that bad, and it comes off like that. So yeah, she's probably still harboring feelings. But anyways, they go back to the scene where they're in the room, and Chance asks Tayler, you know, what he's gonna wear to work. And yeah, I'm glad Taylor's finally getting her little spiteness to her. But she says, well, I don't know, maybe you should ask Jen. So yeah, that was pretty funny. I'm glad Taylor's finally, you know, getting to Chance, getting to say something. I'm glad Puppy too, because you'll see in the other video I'm putting out, Puppy standing up too. So I'm glad these girls are standing up to these freaking idiots and men that's just sub-level buttholes, you know? So yeah, I'm glad they're all sticking to it. So they're back at the house, and apparently it's an induction day, and she's going to be induced for her labor, and they're talking to the girls. Now, her little girl asks her why she's having a day, and she explains she's going to be induced. And apparently, Tayler had a baby before, a baby boy that either passed away shortly after or didn't make it full term. And that's why she wants to be induced, because she wants to make sure the baby's healthy and everything goes smoothly. So I feel bad when I heard about that. And then we go to where Chance, which I will give him points on this, he went and got some bags or something, which I don't know, maybe Tayler told him to do it, but he got gift bags with toys and such for the kids, so when they go to their grandparents' house, they'll have something to fill with, and they can feel special as well. Now, I will say this, that I did give Chance points for that now, but all those points were ripped away as soon as he opened his mouth in the next scene. Soon as he opened his mouth, I was like just dumbfounded with, I just couldn't believe it. So he's sitting there asking Tayler how long he has to stay in the hospital, and he's complaining, saying he doesn't want to stay there after she gives birth. So all this crap we heard about in the past couple episodes where his son was visiting, and he was tearing up about how much he missed his son, how much time he missed, and how bad he feels about it. But yet your other son, who your first son had hopes of you changing for, you can't even basically make it a few hours before you want to jump ship and take off with no responsibility. And I'm pretty sure it's not to go take care of the kids, because I know after I had my first one, you know, his dad was able to stay, or I'm sorry, my child's dad was able to stay in the hospital the whole entire time and didn't leave until I left. Now, when we had, you know, our other kids, he stayed as long as he could until like the person we had was watching her wasn't able to watch our other kids anymore, and then he left. But he stayed as much as he could, and he wanted to stay, you know, with the second two, but you know, unfortunately, due to needing a babysitter, we couldn't do that. So, and I still wanted him to stay there, and he wanted to stay with me, but it wasn't happening. But with the first kid, it was possible, and it looks like with this kid, it's possible with them because they have people able to watch them for a few days, but yet he thinks it's like not a big deal. Oh, you just gave birth, I'm just gonna go. And I'm pretty sure he's not gonna go take care of the kids or anything. He's gonna go sit his butt on the couch and everything and have him a nice few days vacation before he has to deal with 4 kids in the house instead of 3. I'm pretty sure that's where it is. And I'm sorry, it's just, whew. I mean, I just can't believe that came out of his mouth. And then, not only that, you thought that was bad, he ends up saying to Tayler, having a baby's not that difficult. His cousin Tammy did it at work. Like, dude. Yeah. I still couldn't believe he said that. And I have no words for that. I'll include that clip because, I mean, unless I saw it proof, I wouldn't believe it either. So somebody would be dumb enough to say that, let alone on national television. But yeah, so, gosh, every time he opens his mouth, I don't like him. It makes me like him less. Every time he opens his mouth, like, he cannot redeem himself at this point. At this point, you cannot redeem yourself. You cannot. All the flashy stuff you want to buy, Chance, we all know that that money probably came from you just being crappy on TV. Or, I'm sorry, they don't pay him that much. But still, some of that money came from you just looking like an idiot on TV, open your mouth. So you can buy all you want. You still, as soon as somebody types your name on the internet, people are going to know you're an idiot. Anyways, Tayler brings out a little onesie and it was kind of cute. It said, I spent 9 months on the inside, and I thought that was cute. But then apparently there's a ring at the door and Chance goes to see who it is. And apparently he thinks it was his parole officer or something about this. So I was happy for Tayler at that point because she was able to have her sister there for the birth of her kids. And Tayler said it was a good thing because Chance didn't want to stay. It didn't want to be at the hospital, and Bobbie can make him stay. And Chance is like, well, I don't. It's not that I want to be there. I just don't want to stay there. And it's like, dude, yeah, I get it. There are little chairs and everything for men to sleep on during birth. It sucks. They're bad. But come on, you spent how many years in jail and you're going to complain? Like, just suck it up, man. Suck it up. So Tayler explains that, Bobbie, it was really nice. It was like a 18 to 24 hour ride and everything to get there. So she was very surprised that Bobbie showed up. Now, Chance asked Bobbie, where you plan on staying? And Bobbie was like, well, she's staying with a friend right now down the street because she's thinking about moving back to where they're staying at, but she's gonna hang out for a few and hang out with the baby and see how it goes before that. So then Chance says something about he's looking at Bobbie weird and all, and he says that he doesn't know, she could be sober, she could be tired from the drive, or she could, just smoked a joint or something. So he was kind of, iffy about if Bobbie was completely sober or not, and he was going to have to keep an eye on it. Now, the next scene, they're walking up to the hospital for the induction, and you see Tayler, Chance, and then also Bobbie was there, and Tayler's sister, Anna, I think her name was. They were all there, waiting around. You could see where she got an epidural and everything. And then it just seemed like you see Bobbie pacing around and everything, saying she doesn't like hospitals and all that. And you can tell she's kind of like, getting irritated, getting a little restless and everything. And Taylor's sitting there on her side saying, she didn't, I guess because you had the epidural, she didn't think you was be able to feel everything. And, it was kind of getting bad, which, I mean, the girl had 3 other kids. Well, also we found out about other kids, her other child as well. So she'd been pregnant several other times. Had given birth several other times. So, I mean, I don't know every other time if she didn't feel nothing. But I had some epidurals, and depending, on how bad they were, sometimes they didn't work that great. you know? So, and also I remember her sitting on her side, and I think some of it, I know from one of my births that when I sat on my side a long time, I guess all the epidural went to one side of my body. And so my whole one side of my body was completely numb, couldn't even lift my leg, and the other side I could feel something. So then I had to flip to the other side. Yeah, it was like weird. Yeah. So it was crazy. So that, I mean, she might be feeling that, who knows? But yeah, Bobbie was getting real irritated about everything. So she ended up telling her, Tayler, that she was going to have a friend pick her up, and she would come back tomorrow or something, that's a long birth to come back to. I mean, is she going to be there for the birth, or is she just waiting for her to pop out the kid and everything? So, and I can understand Tayler being disappointed about, her sister not staying there now either. So after Bobbie left, she apparently, I guess, videotaped while she was in the car, saying that hospitals kind of bring her back to her addiction and stuff that she went through, and it's not good for her to be there. And she understands Taylor's upset, but she thinks Tayler understands her as well, why she had to leave. And then Chance is sitting there talking about how, he's upset that Bobbie left after she just got here all this way. And it's like, dude, do you understand how probably Tayler was upset if you keep on telling her that you don't want to be there after she gives birth? That you want to leave her alone in the hospital? Like, come on, dude. Look in the mirror, self-reflect. So, he ends up talking about how, with Tayler having this blood clot disorder, which caused her to, I guess, lose the life of her other baby as well, that this causes the baby to mess with their oxygen and not get them enough oxygen. So he's, because Chance is worried and concerned about that. So it looks like the intensity of the pain is picking up for Tayler, and Tayler starts getting scared. So, I mean, hopefully it turns out to be a smoother birth. I know those pains can get awful, especially, sometimes if they've been there a while and the epidural runs, kind of wears off and everything. I know that can happen as well. And if they can't get the anesthesiologist to come in there in time, because he's too busy, then you're stuck with having all those pains and everything. And trust me, I mean, it is not fun. It is not fun. So hopefully I'm hoping that with the whatever epidural she has, they're able to make it, I guess, give her more medicine or get her situated right to where she doesn't have to feel that pain, because that girl looked like she was in a lot of pain. But that's where we end this week's video. So I'm going to try to add some clips into this. You'll see them throughout the video. Again, I'm a smaller channel, so I'm trying to get a better video, better quality, better stuff out there. So bear with me. And I'm gonna quit saying and anyways. I'm trying to do that too. So if you have any comments, questions, criticism, want to tell me what you think about the show, tell me anything, leave comments below. And I think this morning I'm at 400 subscribers. So I will be doing, whoever commented on that giveaway for 100 subscribers, please check out a video I'm dropping on Friday night. It will be the video, and I'll have proof of everything as far as the contest of picking the winner. I'm going to use one of those apps, record and everything, so you will see everything, who the winner is. Keep an eye out for that. And our next giveaway, because I'm at 400 right now, I'm just going to go ahead and do one for 1,000 subscribers. So once I hit 1,000 subscribers, I will be doing even bigger giveaway. So please like, subscribe, share. Y'all have a great day, and I'll be dropping more videos on Life After Lockup as well.